Hey Betsy in Fort Thomas, Kentucky. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and I'm going to show you how I make prescription reading glasses for your RayBan 2132 color 902. That's the new Wayfarer in the tortoise in size 52. Let's get started. I'm going to pull this out of the box. Open up your case. Here's your RayBan case, your RayBan cleaning cloth, and I will give you instructions on how to care for both of those items for years to come. RayBan sends it to me just like this with a little plastic sleeve on the temple, and almost always that G15 sticker is crooked. But if RayBan thinks it's a good idea to send it to you with one plastic sleeve on the temple to prevent scratches during shipping, well, by golly, I'm going to put a second one on the right side when I ship to you. Yeah, well, you'll be twice protected. So let me go ahead and get started. I'm going to pop out the original heavy glass lenses, and I'm going to cut unbreakable polycarb for your Italian RayBan frame. I'm going to put it into my Italian Santinelli edger, or as I like to say, the Italian Santinelli edger. It is now, the stylus is now going to trace the shape of your right lens, and then it's going to scoot over and trace the shape of your left. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy the RayBan frame for me at suggested retail price, and you get free prescription lenses, at least free 99% of the time. If you have a crazy jacked up prescription, then you just pay my cost on the lenses. So, here we are. I've pulled up the shape of your frame. I'm putting in the pupillary distance. This is a polycarbonate lens that I'm cutting for a Xyle frame. Xyle is just an old school name for plastic. Now, here are your aspheric, unbreakable, bulletproof lenses. I'm going to take them out of the packet. This is a plus 250. I'm going to put it into my Marco 101 lensometer. And just find the optical center of your lens and then put a dot on there. Woohoo! It's still live. It's trying to get away. It's trying to get away. Actually, you know what? Hang on. I scratched that lens. Let me pull another one. Please tell me I got another 250. Another 250. There we go. I'm in luck. Plus 250. Plus 250. It might just be a smudge, but either way, you're going to get a perfect, unblemished lens. No smudges, no nothing. So here we are. Let me pull that back out. I'm going to put a red dot on there and mark that for right. Now let me do the same thing for the left, and I'm going to be more careful this time. Move everything up, find the optical centers, put some dots on there, and mark this one left. So I need to put a little block on here while this is cutting. So that's what's going to hold it in place in the lathe. So I'm going to put this block into my blocker. I'm going to pull out my 3M sticky pad. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick that on the block, pull away the tape, revealing the sticky side on this side. And then get this, I have optical crosshairs, and I'm just block that down so that red dot is going to be dead center in front of your pupil. I have the vertical meridian and the horizontal meridian. So here we are again, put this there. Peel away the sticky tape, put that down. Now we can actually begin. So here we are. I'm going to hit start. The calipers are going to come down and trace the, well, you got to hit start. You know, this machine costs $30,000. You think for $30,000 it would just start automatically, but you still have to hit the start button. What is up with that? So the calipers are going to come down and trace the shape of your frame onto the lens to make sure the lens is large enough to cut out. It is tracing the concave side of the lens first. Then it's going to scoot over and trace, the concave side is closest to your eyelashes. Now it's tracing the convex side of the lens, which sits away from the face. The caliper is actually measuring the thickness, knowing exactly where to put the bevel onto the frame. The actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom. It's that wheel on the left. It's like a heavy grit sandpaper that's going to grind away the polycarbonate. This wheel in the center with the channel is what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. And I will have to close the door in a moment, but for now I just want you to see your lens as it touches the cutting wheel. Now this whole process should take about 15 minutes. It's 7:48 on Thursday, March 17th. April 17th. And it's 60 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina. At least according to my Samsung Gear watch. So Betsy, you said for years you've been looking for RayBan reading glasses. You found them. I got plenty. I can put any prescription in. And because the 52 eye size is so easy to pop the original lenses out, Should you ever need a tinted lens for sitting outside on the deck or outside anywhere, the park, the beaches, wherever you want to go, you can just pop in dark tinted plus 250 lenses. Of course, in the future, should you ever need more lenses, I can send you any power you need. But here's the plan. For your next pair, get some sun lenses for these. And you can pop the lens out. In fact, I wear the same frame in the blue crystal today because I have a blue shirt with pinstripes on. I have this frame in 11 colors, and what I do every day, I pop my lens out of one frame and put it into a different color depending on what I'm wearing. It is that easy. So let me pop my lens back out of your frame and put it back into mine so I can see what I am doing. Look at me fumbling around. So that is it. It is that easy to do. You have bulletproof, unbreakable lenses. You're not going to hurt your lens by doing that, and you're not going to hurt the frame by doing this. I've had patients doing this for years with their prescription lenses with no side effects. Trust me, if something ever happened to a lens or if it ever happened to a frame, I would hear about it. So your lens is almost done, but you still have a little bit of rough edges there from the cutting wheel. So I'm going to go over to my handstone, which is completely flat. It just works on friction. But I'm going to go around and put on what's known as the safety bevel. If you can see that white powdery substance that I can scrape off the edge of your lens, that is called Schwarf. So what I do is I scrape that off and I put it onto the counter where it actually falls onto the counter. And then from there, I just wipe it onto the floor. See how I do that? And this is the part where I love to say, kids, I went to school for years to learn how to wipe stuff on the floor. Don't think you can do it as easily as me. Stay in school and learn how to make a mess. So in order to make sure your lenses fit, I tuck it in where I turn the frame upright, and the side I'm working on I have closest to me. I don't try and reach over the frame. I pull it around this way. I tuck it in at the outside corner closest to me, then using my thumbs, push down to the nose. It snaps in that easily. So let's do the same thing for your left lens. Flip this over and hit start. That's right, I hit start this time. Just like before, this is going to come down, the calipers will come down and trace the shape of your left lens onto the prescription lens to make sure it's large enough to fit, which it is. Tracing the convex side of the lens first, and then the concave side first, and then the convex. Hopefully this time you get a better shot of that cutting wheel that's down there on the left, and then the actual bevel wheel is that wheel in the center. That other wheel that's on the far right is what polishes the lens, and that's what we use with the semi-rimless or grooved frames. They're also go by. Of course, I call them the groovy frames. So as this cuts up again, starts to cycle up, I'm going to close the door due to the sound so I can continue talking. So I wanted to go ahead and take this block off of your lens. I can do that, pull that off. I'm going to leave that red dot on there for now just to measure the pupillary distance. That is it. We are halfway done. I'm also going to be including cleaning instructions to show you how to care for your RayBan cleaning cloth and your case so it'll last you for years. No other seller on the internet does that. Not only do I provide instructions on how to clean them, I'm also going to include a photo request for you to take your selfie. That's right. Click, 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 click. Here at work, I've got a picture frame, digital picture frame with thousands of pictures on there. Then when my patients come to pick up their frames, I always ask them if I can take their picture. I got the idea from my barber. But since I can't make it to Kentucky, I'm hoping you'll send me your picture so I can put it on my website. You have seen many, many, many faces of my patients from the site that you purchased from. I would love to be able to put your picture up there with them. So if you notice that the lens was cutting dry earlier, now the water kicks in. This washes away any optical debris. Of course, as soon as I take it out and put it on the handstone, I'm going to generate more. Alright, now that we're done, let's go ahead and pop this left lens out. Dry this off again and make sure it's not slippery. Now don't drop it on live TV. I do want to go back over. Quick safety bevel, as it's called. Quick run around with my thumbnail, and I actually do this so much that I've worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail. My friends call it my occupational thumbnail. Who else has a bevel worn into their thumbnail? So that is it. Let me clean everything off. And just because my wife hates it when I wipe it on the floor, just in her honor, you're welcome, honey, I'm going to clean up all this swarf, and I'm going to wipe it into my hand. Then I'm going to take a very long walk over to the trash can. Who has time to go that far and throw stuff away during a work day? I certainly don't. That's why I wipe it on the floor. So again, I'm going to tuck it in at the outside corner, and then using my thumbs, press down, and that is it. I'm going to take the block off. Pull that sticker aside, and I actually want to use my pupillary stick to measure the pupillary distance. Perfect, we are dead on there. The last thing I want to do is actually use a little bit of optical grade acetone. Well, the second to last thing, because I'm going to do one more thing after that. But I'm just getting your lenses cleaned off. Everything dried. Make sure there's no blemishes or imperfections anywhere in your lenses. Nope, that looks good. And then now the last thing I want to do is make sure it's in standard alignment, meaning that when I set it on the counter, it's in a 3-point stance, which mine won't do. When I put mine down, there is a wobble because I have one ear that's higher than the other. And by the way, this is a good time to bring up 99% of all optical shops do free adjustments. No wobble there. I close each temple to make sure these are overlapping perfectly, and they are. Same amount of tension on both sides. But 99% of all optical shops do free adjustments. So when you get these and they're too loose or they're too tight or they sit high on one side or the other, like mine do before they're adjusted, just stop by your local place and they'll be able to do it for you in about 30 seconds. How's that? You can see the magnification now of the print behind me. Betsy, I really appreciate you purchasing for these from me. You could have purchased them from anyone, but you bought them from the guy who gives you free prescription lenses. Well played, sir. Everyone else, if you have any questions about what I can and can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com, or just hit the contact me button on the website and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. That's it, Betsy. I hope you enjoyed watching your RayBan reading glasses being made, the ones that you've wanted for years and years. You're about to have them in just a couple days. Free shipping included. Did I mention that also? So that's it. And everyone else, you've got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.